It's finally Friday, and Andy has had a stressful week. He is just about to get off work and knows home life is just as hectic, with a spouse and 2 kids waiting for his assistance at home. With a recommendation from a friend, Andy decides to try out a Zen Pod to make sure he has some personal and reflective time to get him through these hectic times. With this in mind, Andy fills out the information to sign up for a Zen Pod trial, requesting a leisurely ride and notating that he prefers to experience nature while self-reflecting and relaxing. He's opted for a leisurely-based route home, with full nature inputs, since Andy's route home does not have any nature-dense area along the route. All of the visual input is based on a forest which he grew up around. Andy is notified on his cell phone that his pod has arrived as it physically pulls up to his office. The doors open as the pod recognizes Andy's presence. He steps into the pod, places his belongings in the storage cubby next to the lounger, and sees the lounger is set to a relaxed sitting position. Andy gets comfortable as the pod begins setting up the nature experience for him. The glass top panels shift as the road seamlessly shifts from city setting to a natural setting, with the trees rushing by as the pod rushes through traffic. The smells of pine enter the space, and a small breeze is felt as the system works to bring nature to him. He begins to think about all that he accomplished during the hustle of his busy week. As Andy relaxes, the chair senses he is wary based on his continued slouching in the smart lounger, and shifts into a lying position, allowing Andy to relax into the chair while ordering his busy thoughts from the week further and reflecting on how much he's learned throughout this process. As the pod reaches within 5 minutes of his home, Andy is notified through the shift of the AR forest transitioning back to the road ahead. He grabs his briefcase out of the compartment under his seat and gets ready to leave the pod, now with his busy thoughts organized and reflections coming to a close. As Andy exits the pod, he is greeted by his oldest daughter and wife, refreshed and ready to be mentally present with the ones he loves.